It's important to realize that we don't just see with our eyes, we actually see with our brain. All the eyes do is they gather the information coming in from the world in front of us, gather the light coming in, and transmit that to the brain. And that's where the image is created. But we're not just using our eyes to determine what's going on in the world around us. We're using our sense of hearing, our sense of smell, our sense of touch, and I suppose our sixth sense as well, a sense of prediction, because that's really what experience is. It's knowing what's going to happen before something happens, and that's based on the fact that you've had that happen before, so you can predict what's going to happen. This is something that learners drivers don't really have, and it takes time to acquire. It takes years. I was quite lucky when I started driving buses at 18. I would say I used to do a lot of overtime. I used to work 13 days out of 14 days. I did that for 7 years. And for every year that I worked, I would say, because of the stress of the job and what we do, stopping every 120, 200 yards or whatever, picking people up, dropping them off, and the pressure of driving in central London, I'd say 1 year of driving, 13 out of 14 days, probably translated into maybe 5 years of car experience for the average motorist. So in that 7 years, I kind of acquired, I suppose, about 35 years of car driving experience. And then, of course, when I started teaching, I've been teaching now for 20 years, you learn in a different way. You learn a lot more. You learn how to monitor what the trainee is doing and actually get inside the trainee's brain, because you have to know what that person's going to do before they know what they're going to do. And you have to know what other people on the road are going to do before they know what they're going to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do the job safely. You've got to have that sense of prediction. And the best way to improve at any subject is to teach it, because when you're teaching it, you're not just teaching the trainee, you're also realizing your own mistakes, and you're improving your own skill as well. So, going back to prediction. So we use all our senses to create an image of the world around us. If you hear a bang, it makes you look over and you ask yourself, what was that noise? In the same way, when you're driving, young people aren't taught to use their sense of hearing to determine what's going on around them. They might just be told to look what's happening down the road. But it's far more complicated than that. You have to look, you have to process it, and then you have to use your judgment and interpret what you're seeing correctly. Interpretation in life is very important. It's not just for driving, it's no matter what you're doing. It's your ability to interpret anything correctly. When you're told something by somebody, how do you interpret it?